Top 10 Ways to Virtue Signal Today. Welcome to Truth Duel Official. In this video, you'll learn 10 of the best ways you can virtue signal today. But first, I am your host, Misinformation. If you like this channel, make sure to subscribe to receive more great top 10 lists, misinformation analysis, and other sentiments and ramblings that please and amuse us. And become a truth dueler, because only you can slay misinformation at its source. Get our app on truthduel.com. Today, we're going to combine two things the internet loves: being better than other people and tier lists. Be sure to stick around to the end of the video to learn about the top tier virtue signals that'll make you look like a saint on your Facebook profile. Don't believe me? If you're a man, you'd better believe it, because there's a feminist cafe out there that'll charge you more just for being a man. What better way to show you believe in equality between the sexes than by charging them differently for the same item? Not good enough for you? Then just wait until the end of this video to learn about the epic saga between a celebrity actor, a bunch of internet trolls, and a game of capture the flag that spanned the entire United States. For this tier list, we consider anything that, according to dictionary.com, share one's point of view on a political issue in order to acknowledge one's righteousness or to passively rebuke others, to be virtue signaling. Scraping the bottom of the barrel at number 10, in F tier, we have I voted stickers, cousins to the I donated blood stickers. Pretty harmless things, and may encourage people to go to the polls or help feed their local vampire. When I was in high school, I was so jealous of people with these stickers. It meant they got to skip class, and I didn't. Number 9 in E tier are 5 of the most useless words you could possibly say. I have a black friend, okay? And is Emperor Nero suddenly a woke king because he owned black slaves along with white ones? This is the same energy as saying no offense before saying something incredibly offensive.
Not to be racist or anything, but Asian people.
Our 8th virtual signal is also an E tier. We all know the feeling when you open up Instagram one day and your page is flooded with this. Suddenly, people are telling the internet how their great-grandmother's college roommate was in the Black Panthers and posting their 23andMe results, saying they're 0.03% Ugandan. You check their page a week later after all of this has blown over, and surprise, the post is deleted. How many black people must die before you get off your ass and change something? Coming in at number 7 is a D-tier move: wearing political clothing after an election. This one takes conscious effort to stick out from the crowd, which is why it's a D tier. If you haven't seen one of these people in the wild, you're lucky. Or maybe you just don't live in America, where we treat politics like sports teams. I have personally seen a guy wear this I'm with her shirt years after the election that she lost. I'm sorry, did I miss when Vogue said that looking like a freshly risen coma patient from 2016 was haute couture? Or these MAGA hats? It's like you're expecting a bull to come rushing around the corner. Maybe you're hoping you can lure it into the Capitol for a second coup. Number 6 is wearing a mask when nobody else is around. If D tier was about standing out from the crowd, C tier is about pretending a crowd exists when there's none. If you live somewhere with a lot of air pollution, it's understandable. I wouldn't want to be breathing in the fires of hell, too. But if you're one of the people who still masks up when it's just you and Mother Nature, can you explain your reasoning in the comments? At the very least, don't wear whatever this guy is wearing on his hike. We've gotten past the bones of this tier list, and now we're getting into the meat. The hypocrisy starts to get delicious in B tier. It may even add a couple pounds to your waist. Number 5 showcases people on Twitter who just can't seem to understand masculinity, but they feel the need to whine about it. Shaving company Gillette posted an advertisement meant to highlight the problem with saying, "Boys will be boys." and encourage men to be more empathetic. Some people with way too much time and Twitter on their hands took this to mean that Gillette wanted to dismantle everything masculinity stands for. Some people took to flushing their razors down the toilet, while other high-profile commentators such as Piers Morgan lashed out through tweets to white knight for all men everywhere, even the ones who didn't ask him to. Global assault on masculinity. Piers, surely an entire gender isn't going to be destroyed by a 2-minute advertisement. I don't see Conan the Barbarian putting down his sword to become a keyboard warrior. Tweet us a picture of the mammoth you killed with your bare hands if you want to be the paragon of masculinity, Piers. Aw, you can't? Poor widow Piers. Do you need your mummy to do it for you? It's okay, little dumpling. She'll check under the bed to make sure the big bad Gillette monster doesn't turn you into a woman while you sleep. Our two contenders for A tier don't quite understand how marketing and money works. Fourth in this list is another Twitter storm reminiscent of the previous one. When footwear company Nike publicly supported Colin Kaepernick, some people had the grand idea of showing their anger by burning their Nikes, the ones they already own. Are they even smart enough to take off their shoes before burning them? So much carnage. Wow. You sure showed that multi-million-dollar American company how much you love America by burning their sweatshop products. You certainly did not give them free publicity in your attempt to stick it to the man. I hope you sleep well at night wearing your mangled socks to bed. If you like watching Nikes burn, check out the most tortured, evasive moments in press conference history, where you will also learn about the people who bought Keurigs just to destroy them. Yeah, stick it to the man. Give them your money to show them who's boss. In third place, our Truth Duel investigative reporters took to the global stage and found us an A-tier virtue signal coming to us from the land down under. Americans, we can breathe a sigh of relief. A vegan cafe in Melbourne, Australia began charging a man tax in 2017. Men had the option to pay 18% extra to reflect the gender pay gap, and women were given priority seating in the restaurant. Educating people on the gender pay gap while having clientele that already accept it and will pay the tax. You know, it's completely okay to open a cafe without an echo chamber gimmick, right? You don't have to put yourself in the media hot seat just to sell lukewarm lattes. Finally, we've reached S tier. Tell us in the comments if you agree with our tier ranking so far, or if there's anything you would change. In second place is a virtue signal that you can do right now from home. If you care about women's rights, just open your favorite trendy clothing retailer, maybe something like Shein, and buy a cheap t-shirt to show the whole world how committed you are to feminism. After all, is there anything more feminist than exploiting the sweatshop labor of women in developing nations? So you have a $4 t-shirt to wear to brunch with your gender studies classmates. That's why this is a strong S-tier virtue signal, directly contributing to systems of oppression while claiming to fight against oppression. Our first place winner features the king of virtue signaling himself, Shia Labeouf. While Shia has a history of performance art, how many of our viewers remember this shit show of a saga? He Will Not Divide Us was Shia Labeouf's performance art project, originally based in New York. It was a live-streamed event in protest of Donald Trump's presidency, but soon became overtaken by trolls. Shia moved his project from New York to Albuquerque to the middle of nowhere in Tennessee. But the trolls outdid him at every turn in this absurd political game of capture the flag. In fact, if it weren't for the trolls, Shia's little virtue signaling project would have faded into obscurity. The amount of time, energy, and sanity this man spent on showing the world he hated Trump, only for people with an equal lack of sanity to tear down every one of his flags, makes this both the most admirable and most brain-dead virtue signal on this list. Misinformation wishes you well and reminds you to send your thoughts and prayers to any virtue signalers in your life. P.S. Is saying Happy Holidays a form of virtue signaling?
Happy holiday, happy holiday.
Until next time, make sure to like our video, subscribe to our channel, and become a truth jeweler. Or you'll have to fight actual cannibal Shia Labeouf.
Strangling superstar Shia Labeouf, fighting for your life with Shia Labeouf, wrestling a knife from Shia Labeouf, stabbing in his kidney, safe at last from Shia Labeouf.